Welcome to This or That with Kobe and Cap International Edition.
Oh, baby, the appetizers are done, and we are about ready to go on to the main course here for MSI.
MSI Group Stage starting up very soon. Let's get into slide number 1 and see what they have in store for us. Who will win? I thought this was going to happen right off the bat. Team Liquid or G2. Honestly, coming into this, I did have Team Liquid ranked 4th. I have IG, SKT, G2, then Team Liquid. So if you go by the numbers, then I have to stick with the prediction and go G2.
I think G2 looked really good in the LEC finals. I think this team looks very scary, especially in just how many different ways they can play the game. And I wasn't particularly impressed with Team Liquid's play in best of 5 against Fongvu Buffalo. So I think at least at the start, I definitely still got to give the edge over to G2.
I did see some things I liked versus Fongvu Buffalo, though. Flexing the Silas, having Jensen play Anakali. I was worried they might not do the Assassins or be able to have that many solo lane flex picks. So there was that. I do have confidence. And the one wrinkle I would put in, if they have Promise Q playing, then I switch it and I go Team Liquid. Next slide.
All right, number 2, what do we got?
Gap between major and emerging regions, is it shrinking or is it growing? Because Team Liquid did 3-0 and then Flash Wolves 3-1'd Vega Squadron.
So the way I looked at this is it feels very similar to what it has always been. It's hard for me to pick because I'm seeing the same issues come up over and over again that I see when we see emerging regions go up against teams from the larger regions, in that it seems like even if they manage to get some leads, it's almost like they just don't have the rest there. Even when Fongvu Buffalo was able to get ahead of Team Liquid in their best of 5, I was watching and anticipating them to make the mistakes that allowed Team Liquid back into the game, and sure enough, they did. That said, if I have to pick one of these, I am gonna go with shrinking because Fongvu Buffalo did do a good job getting ahead of Liquid early on, and I think years ago, you wouldn't have even expected to see that.
Yeah, I thought there were a lot of competitive games in the play-ins. I have to say, though, I was more amped up and surprised and juiced in the last 2 years when we had Gigabyte Marines and then EVOS as well.
Oh, I loved Gigabyte Marines. I will forever love that team.
Yeah, and even last year, EVOS, this time around with Fongvu Buffalo, didn't quite get that same feeling. So I would say maybe very, very slightly growing, but very
All right, we got some disagreement on number 2. Let's hit number 3. What's in store here?
Better Nautilus. Is it the mid lane, AP Nautilus, or support? Honestly, I have had more success in personal experience with the supports because, he did get base damage increases. It wasn't just the AP ratio on the Q. I think those went a long way for support, but the mid lane AP build has also seen quite a bit of success.
I'm going with a 2-pronged attack here, sir. Number 1, the fun factor. This guy's super fun because he blows everybody up because you've got a million AP. Number 2, the I don't like Vayne factor. Can Invisible tumble out of that R? Mid lane Nautilus all day long.
Mid lane Nautilus? All right, I'm going with support. I think that there are a lot of other possible mid laners that you can have in his place. Next slide.
Numero Quatro, what do we got?
G2 esports fans without Mickey X. I do not think they're chilling. I've seen everybody prepping their excuses and definitely sweating.
Yeah, I'm going with sweating on this one. I feel like that one's pretty easy. Kobe even said earlier during slide number 1 that if it's Promise Q in for G2, he's flipping his bet over to Team Liquid. I think that says enough. They're sweating.
That being said, nah, that's it. Next slide.
Number 5.
More hype matchup. Khan versus the Shy or Faker versus Rookie. My immediate reaction, I have to say, Faker versus Rookie. 2 best mid laners, defending world champion, greatest of all time, going at it at MSI in the meta where we have so many flex picks, so many possibilities in mid lane. Because honestly, I think the Shy is just gonna win versus Khan.
Now see, I'm actually gonna go the opposite angle because I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys play. I remember the Shy's crazy Fiora play during Worlds last year, and I still have a bad taste in my mouth from Faker versus Rookie at All-Stars. Cinder Hulk Zach versus Malzahar? That was not what I was expecting.
That was All-Stars, buddy.
2 colossal names going head-to-head. This is their chance to redeem themselves in my eyes, but right now I am looking more forward to this one.
I think as an individual player, the single individual player I like watching the most is definitely the Shy. Next slide. Better flex pick. Is it Silas or is it Aurelia? I think they are both amazing, and it depends on the patch. If we're sticking 9.8, I actually still have to go Silas. Maybe it doesn't depend on the patch for me.
For me, it's actually more about what you're playing up against, because I feel like if you get some solid ultis there with Silas, it makes a huge difference because you're just waiting to hit level 16, steal a bunch of them in the same team fight.
The whole point of flex pick
is to pick it early, which makes this feel like I'm going to lean towards Irelia because you're always taking that gamble. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and give this warning to you people in solo queue. Please, for the love of God, do not build your entire team comp around don't let Silas steal something good. But at the same time, it might sway your decision towards a couple of picks that it otherwise might not. I'm gonna give it to Irelia.
Yeah, all right. I'm sticking with Silas. Next slide. More likely, Jensen claps Faker or Impact top dies the Shy.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go with Jensen clapping Faker. I just cannot see that happening.
No, this one, the Impact obviously, like Team Liquid has been putting him more on carries recently. We've seen all the Jace play throughout Spring Split. Obviously they're wanting him to get away from that, oh, Impact only plays tanks reputation. But the shot, the Fiora, the base race, everything, that's not gonna happen. We have seen Jensen pop off like that before in a way that I don't expect Impact to be able to do against the Shy. I'm still not gonna say, oh yeah, boys, put your money down on that, all the chips on the table, all in, that's gonna happen. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it's a bit more likely than this one.
I agree. Next slide. Next slide. There we go. We gotta keep consistency.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that consistent here. So, all right, last slide.
Ooh, now, I actually, this is pretty rare, not the biggest fan of pho. I love all sandwiches, but at Banh Mi, I'm gonna have to instantly go with Banh Mi. I think that pho is overrated, even though I know there's so many people that love it.
I'm gonna let my growing up in a cornfield colors show here. And I've never eaten either one of these before.
I knew that was gonna happen.
But I've heard more people on Twitter talk about how much they love pho, so I'm gonna go with that and trust my friends.
Oh, I knew this was gonna be a Captain Flowers moment, classic. Doesn't even know what they're like.
I'll have to try. We'll get around to it. That'll be one of my goals here for MSI.
And you are gonna have to try and join us for MSI Friday, 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early one, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Main stage kicking off, IG, SKT, G2, Team Liquid, Fung Blue Buffalo. It's gonna be a party. Y'all better be there.